Playoffs are on the line for the Tennessee Volunteers as they're going on the road to Nashville to face off against the Doors. The Doors are the home underdog, 11-point dogs to be exact. Over under is set at 48.5 on this one. Tennessee is 7-3 in the last 10 versus Vandy. But Vandy is 7-3 against the spread in the last 10. So opposites there. The over has hit 6 out of the last 10 times in this game. I'll get quick to the point here. Vanderbilt has been an outstanding story this season, and a lot of the success of Vanderbilt obviously is spread amongst a lot of the players, a lot of the coaches, but a lot of the credit goes to Diego Pavia and what he's been able to do. He's a good quarterback, and he's a tough son of a gun and an experienced player, a giant slayer, if you will. And it's been a great story, as I said. But about 2-3 weeks ago, we started getting into the point of the season where we had to separate and differentiate between good stories and good football teams. And Mason, Vanderbilt's a great story. Don't get me wrong. And I don't want anybody, I'm not beating up on Vanderbilt here. But they're not nearly as good as what they were kind of pumped up to be. I know everybody was so excited when they beat Alabama and all that stuff. I was excited too. That was cool. That was cool to watch. But I don't think Vanderbilt offensively has got what it takes to gear up and beat a Tennessee team that is led by their defensive line. This Tennessee defense is the identity of this Tennessee football team at this point. So you're going to tell me that Vanderbilt is going to be able to come in here and beat Tennessee at their own game? I don't think so, man. I'm not seeing it. And Tennessee's defensive line has been something you could just bet on and swear by all season. They have not allowed anybody to run the ball a whole heck of a lot on them. And Vanderbilt has been a ball control offense. So I think this one just kind of comes down to one simple thing, because I'm not worried. I'm really not worried about the Tennessee defense in this one. I'm not. Which Tennessee offense do we see in this game? And that kind of tells me more about the outcome in this one and whether or not Vanderbilt is able to keep it within 10, or is Tennessee able to step on the throat of the Commodores here? The offense has been inconsistent in the passing game. And we've seen, I think, over the last 2-3 weeks, now you have to take it with a grain of salt because the last game Tennessee played, it was against nobody. But we're starting to see Nico figure out hitting some of these longer plays. And that's been the issue. He hasn't been able to stretch defenses out this year. He just hasn't been able to do it. I feel like his pocket presence has gotten better as the seasons went on. He's protected the football better as the season has went on. And that has a lot to do with pocket awareness, and that has a lot to do with experience. So I think Nico is right on track to be a really good quarterback in the SEC. Right now, he's a good freshman. And so, as I said, the outcome of this one completely has everything to do with Tennessee's offense's ability to A, run the football, and B, hit a long play. Because if you are not able to hit a play over the top and win in man coverage against Vanderbilt here, Vanderbilt's going to stack the line and dare you to do it. That's because they have nothing to lose. Of course, that's what they're going to do. And then that's going to cause issues with the run game here. So this is a good Tennessee run game. I think it's a decent offensive line with a really good running back in Dylan Sampson. What are they able to get going? Are they able to keep some of the pressure off of Nico and allow him to pick his spots and allow this offense to pick their spots to hit a big play or two? That's going to tell me whether Tennessee is able to win this game by 17, 21, or if this one's going to end up being a 21-17 game. So My opinion is I think it ends up being where Tennessee's able to convert some plays on offense. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, looking at these two teams, Tennessee has been a phenomenal team defensively. Vanderbilt has been a phenomenal story, on both sides of the football. Really since the Alabama win, they kind of put themselves on the map, and then played Texas extremely close, beat Kentucky, which we thought was a bigger win at the time than it turned out to be. Um, but Vanderbilt's been a pesky team this year, and a part of the reason for them being such a pesky team and a team that seems to be in it no matter who they're facing is because they don't turn over the football. They've been very good at limiting interceptions for the entire year and limiting fumbles, and a lot of that is due to Diego Pavia. They're fifth in the country in giving up interceptions at 0.3 per game, and 25th in the country at giving up fumbles. Now that couple that with an offense that is fairly efficient, that does a good job of extending drives, at running the football, at taking time off the clock. That that helps to shorten the game, which helps you stay in it even more. But it also helps your defense, who in a lot of these SEC games are outmanned. They're not as good as the opposing team and as the opposing side of the football. So when you couple those two things together, I think I'm with you, Mark. I think that there's sort of an optical illusion there that Vanderbilt is a better team than they probably actually are. Unfortunately, because I love the story here, but when you go up against a team like Tennessee, who has a strong identity on defense, um, and who knows that Vanderbilt is playing a very pesky type of way, or a very hard type of way. It's tough to game plan against a team like Vanderbilt, I think, in some ways. So when you couple those two things together, I think it becomes extremely hard to beat or to upset a team this late in the season like Tennessee. Earlier in the year, when you're facing Alabama after they came off a huge win, emotional win against Georgia, and they're looking at Vanderbilt, who just lost to Georgia State, I think it's much easier for Vanderbilt to get up for that football game and to play the upset card. Right now, this late in the season, it's the last game of the regular season. Tennessee's seen it all. There's nothing left for them to see from this Vanderbilt offense or defense that they haven't already seen. And to me, that's extremely worrisome because in every statistical category, Tennessee leads on both sides of the football, like literally everything. So, what is the path to victory for Vanderbilt? I don't know because I don't really see it. Without getting a bunch of turnovers, which they haven't been great at, I don't see an opportunity here for Vanderbilt to win this football game. I think the question is whether or not they keep it within 11 points. Honestly, Mark, and I don't have them doing that. I think that Tennessee is going to be able to win this football game by at least 13 points. 13 to 17 points is probably about where I see it ending up. This is a Tennessee team that absolutely has to win this football game. They don't have another game for a month after this. They'll be in the college football playoffs with the win here. I think that you see the best version of their offense in this game, and I think that you'll see a geared up team that is absolutely ready to play. And Vanderbilt's just they're going to get overpowered in this game.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Give me Tennessee minus 11. I think they can cover that 11 points, no problem. And I like the over here as well. I think that I asked a lot of questions about the Tennessee offense, and those questions are pending. Right, they're going to carry right over into the playoff, and that's kind of where my thoughts are on Tennessee right this second. And but my thoughts are also that they're making baby steps in the right direction to be more explosive on offense, particularly in the passing game. And I think that this game is another one of those baby steps in the right direction for Nico and that offense. So give me Tennessee to cover here. Give me the over. This will be a fun one to watch though in Nashville. Y'all let us know in the comment section how you think this one's going to go. Thank you so much for watching.